Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a guy named Seth Everman. He's a YouTube dude. And what he did is he used a basic Yamaha synth to cover Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. And he did this in as many different musical styles as he could fit into one video.
I never heard this song, though. What song are we talking about?
It's a song that really defines a generation you may have missed.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I'll go YouTube this band Nirvana.
Yeah, go check out this Nirvana band. And, so this is this guy decided, hey, what would this song sound like in all these different musical styles?
Like a samba?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like this one.
This is your favorite type of music.
It's like loungy music.
Yeah. Pass me a cigar. And a dame.
A dame.
Nice.
Oh, is that a
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Little steel drum action. I don't know why I'm doing this weird thumb dance.
Doing a great thumb dance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are awesome.
That is really cool.
All over the place.
Love that.
It's trippy. I'm watching the video and he kind of looks like Kevin Deers from Metal Shop. So it's kind of tripping me out. Like, I'm like, wow, Kevin's really talented.
Hey, wow,
You're right, dude. It's eerily he's similar looking. Wow. Dude, that's awesome. So nice. Especially the 80s style. You know, the synth.
What the hell is that?
It is
so
man.
nice. Would you just drink some lemonade?
It brings me back. Maybe it's the nostalgia. You know what I mean? Hearing the different types of music. And, the 80s was my jam. I know it's not your jam, but the 80s was my jam. And so that, that synth stuff and that new wave stuff.
Yeah.
So hearing it, it's like, wow, you know what? Who knows if the kids were 10 years older or so, they might have been those Nirvana kids might have been making it sound like that. Who knows?
I'm glad they weren't then.
Yeah, I know you're glad. Yeah, I know.
Although I did enjoy some of the video game vibe to some of the versions that he did. But
Totally.
I think my favorite might have been the loungy version.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Dame?
Yeah, with
The dame, the cigar, have yourself a fedora.
it had
I
the
see.
cool bass
Around.
thing going on. And
So you're like a jazz kind of guy, a little speakeasy boy.
well, have you ever heard the Tori Amos version? It's kind of like that. It's really chill and it's very piano driven. But she did a version of Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it's just it sounds nothing like the original.
I know Tori, but I don't know if I know that song, that version from her.
I don't know if I can find it, but she basically just deconstructed Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I mean it's a whole different vibe. If you're a fan of Nirvana and you're like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, and you hear it, you're like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Especially when the first time I heard it in college.
Yep, found it.
Okay.
Hello. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. Yes.
She's good stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't suck at singing or playing
No,
the
she
piano
doesn't. Not at
whatsoever.
Not at all.
It's fun to get reminded about how awesome Tori Amos is.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right, dude. Absolutely right.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, if I tell you a story about teenagers in Florida and how they got in trouble, well, first of all, you go, well, it's Florida.
Yeah, right.
And secondly, you go, I don't know, I bet the the social networks were somehow involved.
Uh-oh, they wanted to get some social media clout?
Yeah, these two Florida teens were arrested for committing drive-by slushy attacks that they recorded with a GoPro camera for YouTube.
So like somebody goes by and you throw the slushy on them, like, like in those old stories, like when someone throws like water on someone's face.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
I would
It looks
imagine.
That's what it looks like. Police say the teens targeted victims on Saturday.
Are they driving or are the people that they're hitting with it driving?
What they bought 7 slushies from a Circle K store, then proceeded to throw the frozen drinks at multiple people to then post on YouTube.
What a waste of good slushies.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, you do it like we did it. Use water guns.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, one of the teens admitted to what they did and said they were hoping to make money off of these pranks on YouTube.
At least they were honest.
So I think they were drive-by slushy attacks. I think they were driving and just tossing them out the window.
Dude, I'm looking at their mugshots, and one of the kids looks like, oh, man, my parents are going to kill me kind of look on the face. And then the other one looks like, oh, man, we're going to get some serious mileage out of this. Because he's smiling, and he just looks like he's like, I'm about to be an internet star.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he should use that as his yearbook picture. That's a good picture of that dude on the right.
And the one on the left is a great picture if you want to, like, what do you look like when you're sad and in trouble?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, man, if I would have just known that all we had to do was use slushies to get news coverage, we would have done that. We did that so much in high school. Like, I hate to put it that way, but we did it.
I was about to say, like, as much as I want to, these idiots with the internet and want to do, we were doing stupid stuff before there was the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
The first thing that popped into my mind was just like the dumb things we would throw at cars. So our whole thing going, it's snowing out, snowballs, cars coming, throw it at them, and then if they hit the brakes, start running.
That's a
you
classic.
But the worst was Halloween time. You get all the eggs, and you would egg cars as they drove by, and it's like looking back on it, what a D-bag thing for us to do.
Yeah.
Because a snowball is, I mean, unless it's like an iced ball, like a snowball is just going to, it's just going to startle you maybe, but it's not going to do any damage, whereas an egg could cause damage to the paint.
Oh, yeah. You got to clean that crap off, too, because, whereas a snowball, it's just water. You're right, Steve. But yet, you know what? I didn't do the egg thing. I did the snowball thing, but I never did the egg thing.
So
Probably
when we were
because
teenagers,
they cost money.
Dude, around Halloween time, if you were not an adult, they would not sell you eggs or shaving cream. Because we would have egg and shaving cream wars. Like
Or toilet paper.
Toilet paper, we never really got into the TPing people's houses.
That was for us. They would not let us buy toilet paper on the day. So it's like if you ran out, you're just SOL.
Literally.
Someone said when I was a teen, my friends and I, we would shoot other people's cars with little BB guns. Always the plastic BBs, though. That's the thing. Like, we all did. So, Danny, you did stupid stuff. Vicky, did you do stupid stuff when you were a teen?
No, my parents put the fear of God into us. So, I mean, any stupid things were like stuff that we would hurt ourselves with. We would never mess with anybody else's property. We wouldn't mess with like cars or anything else. Like, so anything stupid would be like, hey, let's make our own water slide and smash into a fence. But, it was just pain on ourselves. There wasn't anything else. But
we would always just, all that stupid stuff we would do would always be right by the playground of our old elementary school. I don't know why. That elementary school was like home base for stupidity. And we weren't like we were teens at the time. That was also the place where we'd gather rocks, and like during the summer season, we'd throw the rocks at the windows to break them. And we thought that was fun.
Wow. Jeez.
It's stupid, dude.
And did you ever get caught for
that's
that?
also intense.
Huh?
Did you get caught for that?
No.
Oh my God. I would have been too scared. The whooping my mom would have given me.
Well, Mom didn't know. We never told Mom. No. And our buddy Chris, he lived right by the school, so if worse came to worse, we would be able to, like, if somebody showed up, we would run really fast and like go into his backyard and hide.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We did the water guns, the super soakers, as we were driving by in the summer only because we were nice people and didn't want to get people too cold that we're just walking out on the street. That was our rationale, at least. And then that we progressed to bottle rockets out of the car.
Oh boy.
And shooting them at other cars and whatnot. But I mean, they were usually just friends. Like, we never did it at like random people, but such a dangerous thing to do. And we just thought it was the funniest thing.
It was so dumb. I mean, we deserved a car to hit like their brakes and just come after us.
Yeah.
Like, every time. It was like, what were we thinking? Like, but man, it was talk about an adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah, man! I remember those too. The snowball stuff, and then just hoping that you could hide by just laying in front of somebody's fence in their yard. You jump over your yard and go, hope this fence is high enough that it hides me as they're trying to come get us because it was nighttime, and you'd hope that that they couldn't see you behind the fence. And that worked for me a couple times because some of those cars just went up and down the road. They were not going to stop. And you don't know, and then you don't know, is that the car? Is that a different car? I ended up freezing my ass off like for 20 minutes to a half hour, staying in the same spot just to be sure that the car was gone.
I remember even like living out here. I remember one time driving somewhere and somebody threw a snowball and hit my car. And at first I was like, anger hit you. And then I'm like, this is karma. This is
total karma.
Like this is dumb kids doing dumb things. Like nothing bad thankfully happened. One texter says there was a kid at my bus stop in elementary school who would throw frozen M&Ms. He cracked somebody's window once. The lady hit the brakes so fast.
Aww. A frozen M&M. So it had to be the peanut, right? Those guys I could see breaking something. The little guys?
Wow, I don't know. That does seem like you have to have a pretty strong arm.
And also, you'd have to waste the M&Ms. I would never get to that point. I'd eat the bag before I would eat all the ammo.
Funny you mentioned that. Now he plays for the Mariners.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow.
Marco Gonzalez.
Oh, thanks, Marco. Hey, thanks for breaking my window. But now you know what? You got a nice heater.
Somebody said I was on the receiving end of that. It hurts when an egg hit you at 35 miles an hour standing at a bus stop. Oh, I bet. The other dumb one was like, if you old enough to driving over the puddles when somebody was waiting.
Oh, yeah.
I was never a part of that. Like, we never did that. I was on the receiving end of that. And boy, man, like you could just see like everything happens in slow motion too. Like you're waiting at the bus stop, you see that car coming, and you see these giant poop-eating grins of the teens that are in that car as they get closer, and you're like, what? And you see the puddle, and you see the car, and you're like kind of frozen in time, and you get hit with it, and you just hear the laughter as the wetness hits your face.
Oh, yeah, that's a beating.
I mean, you got to give and take it, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn.
I always look for puddles for that way, Steve. It's like if there's a puddle anywhere near where I got to stand, I'm like, I'm going to find another place to stand because I never wanted that to happen. Because I always thought this is a beating, especially in like early winter where or late winter where it's still cold but everything is melting. The slush puddle action. Oh,
I got slush before. I remember walking home from school and it snowed and I was just not even paying any attention. I was on the sidewalk and then just suddenly this giant truck lifted up, just completely just pasted me. And I'm like, well, I get to walk home completely soaked.
Right.
Great.
You just rode that wave.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do about it. You just have to walk home and take a shower.
Well, at least social media has improved it so that people now, they don't want to cause this kind of pain to any other person. Social media has made it better, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like we used to social media is causing everyone to do stupid stuff. I'm like, no, we're just young and stupid is the reason why we did stupid stuff. Like, we just never had a chance to have it on film.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't even have a camera. We were just like, let's just do this.
It was for the moment, man.
Yeah.
We were Eckhart Tolle when it came to our stuff. We lived in the now. It was the power of now, man.
Yeah,
we
the power of pranking now.
Yeah, we didn't care about getting it on for for future views or whatever.
Well, it's one of my pet peeves is when people that are my generation, millennials, complain about Gen Zs and their Tide Pods and stuff. I'm like, bitch, you did the cinnamon challenge. What is dumber? Both are equally stupid.
No, eating a Tide Pod is still a little dumber than putting cinnamon in your mouth, but that's just me.
I mean, you can choke on it. Like, you can equally, get some bad stuff
No, but I know what you
on.
mean. We were doing stupid stuff since you're old enough to do stupid stuff.
Yeah, but the Tide Pods look so delicious.
They're so colorful.
I like this one. I remember we had buddies that would do this when the ones that had cars. They would turn their windshield wiper sprayers and they'd spray people at stoplights. And this person said, it was all fun until my buddy got his ass whipped by a guy on a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
I knew a guy who took his the wiper fluid shooter, and he attached it to the back of his car. So if people tailgated him, it would shoot it out back at him behind him.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
And it was just wiper fluid, but it was hilarious.
Did you guys ever try to hotel crash or hotel pool crash in high school?
No, I was too fat to climb the fence.
Aww.
Oh, wow.
My friends did. I watched.
Is that why you never go to the hotel pool with us when we go to those conventions?
Bad memories, man.
Yeah.
Bad memories. Wow. There he is, just like, like some little 16th century little English pauper boy looking
waiting
through
at
the
the
fence.
end
No
of the
footholds
fence.
or anything. It was just the straight bars. You can't climb those when. Well, I couldn't.
I'm
Excuse
just
me,
picturing
sir?
all of Rev's friends. They're all in the pool, like, this is the best time ever. And he's just standing there like a puppy in a kennel. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, come on,
Looking-
guys. I got
Looking
a
in the
rock.
window of a restaurant. Oh, want some of that food, sir? Just a piece of your bread.
Hey guys, can we go do something else?
We pull up neighbors' pools. We didn't do the hotel pool. We didn't have any hotels near us in Brooklyn.
Same. I mean, we did that. We would go and shoot people with the super soakers. Then we'd go to the hotels and then jump in. And then hotel security knew who we were, so they would like be ready because we do it like every Friday night, and they'd chase us off the property. And,
Friday night pool party.
yeah.
In college, though, we would always try and pull get the free continental breakfast. We would go over there and act like as if we were like staying at the hotel, and it was just so obvious that we weren't. We're just dumb college kids. But I think it was just depending on who was working there.
I never thought of doing that.
Oh yeah, dude! Like you just walk in and be like, "Oh, where's the continental breakfast? It's free, right, for us that have been staying here. We're in room
Totally
107.
staying
Hey."
Yeah.
It's like if you find the right employee who just doesn't give an F, they're just like, whatever. Go
Yeah.
enjoy your stupid cereal and make your waffles, you idiots, and hurry up and leave.
Yeah. I never thought of doing that, man. But I guess when you're hungry and broke,
Dude, you do a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like an easy one because the hotels weren't that far from our college campus. So you would just go there and hope for the best. And it was exhilarating when you got in.
I guess it is. I guess that it just goes to show that, you know what, we have a lot in common. Because when we're young, we do stupid things.
Oh yeah.
And you can't. And old people can't tell you a thing. Like you will not listen to how stupid and how jerky you are. You just won't. It's not until you basically, put a few years on your belt and go, oh gosh, man. And we have moments like this where we go, God, we were really idiots.
Somebody want to
Especially
know.
when we see other idiots.
So like, hey, when's the last time you guys TP'd someone's house? I'll be honest, I've never TP'd
Never-
someone. I've done a
never
lot of
did
stupid
it.
things. Obviously, we've just been talking about them, but I never once TP'd somebody's house.
it's been a good 15 years for me.
15
I'm
years?
not surprised.
Wow.
How old are you right now?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm 34.
So you were around 19, 20 years old when you TP'd someone's house?
Oh yeah, we did it all through college.
Jeez.
what do you
College?
Yeah,
That's like a grade school thing.
You need to talk to you about growing up in your 20s.
Have you seen how I dress, Steve? I don't
what's
think I
his age
grow up
again?
at all.
How does somebody get that off their house, like and off their trees and everything? Do they just have to wait for the wind to blow it off?
I was just saying, hope for the rain to kind of make it just kind of like come off.
Doesn't the
Wouldn't that
rain
make
just
it
like?
worse?
Yeah, I think it doesn't. It makes it worse. It just like mushes it all up and then it sticks there and stays
Aye.
forever.
That's why I don't know.
See, I was only part of the before, like the TPing process. I never had to actually take it off. So
That's what's really sucky about that. Is like that's why I never wanted to do it, because I thought this is something that's not easy to fix. And if I could just see myself getting caught and be the one that have to go and take it off the house. It was like, you know what, guys, the reward's not worth the risk here. I don't want to, because we know what a pain in the ass this is going to be. I don't want to have to be the one to fix this.
Right.
See, in a way, it was like lucky because all of our homes were either like those, like the brownstones, like you see on like the Cosby Show back in the day, like the brick homes that are just all attached one by one by one by one. So you didn't really have like a separate home, or there were apartment complexes. So like you really couldn't TP a house because there was nothing to like for the TP to stick to. So if you throw the TP at the house, it's just going to bounce off the brick wall and just kind of go back down. Like there was no trees and the roof was way too high up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's city living.
Yeah, as I said, by the benefit of living in crappy situations, I think we lucked out and not have to deal with TP in our crappy situations. I didn't mean it, but it came out that way.
That's how it came out.
The only time we actually TP'd something was our science teacher in 7th grade. We would have this constant fight with the other science class because they kept stealing all our materials because we didn't have enough, so we had to share. And we got really upset one day. They were at the computer lab, and my teacher, somebody suggested we need a TP at their classroom. The teacher's like, that is an excellent idea, and we proceeded to TP the entire classroom.
Oh, wow. The teacher was in on it.
Oh, yeah, he was like, that's an excellent idea. And we ended up doing, I think, Mr. Bailey. Shout out to him if he's still a teacher.
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Bailey. He's
Oh,
one of
he's
those
not
teachers-
teaching any, because they might have a conversation with them and go, wait, you encourage your students what, Mr. Bailey?
Good old TP Bailey.
I always liked him. He was this teacher that called you by your last name. So it's like, Miss Barcelona. And it just felt so grown up. So he was a pretty cool teacher. And he let us TP a classroom.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of, yeah, there you go. Well, nice.
I still remember.
I don't know why that would annoy me if my teacher called me by my last name.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. But
Mr. Asholi, he wouldn't like that?
Exactly.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
One of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills? And of course we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.